I'm your dad. Cool beans! Please adopt me. What a great time to be a collector, especially if you're into Transformers, particularly their robot modes. I mean, if you can live without them turning into vehicles or into their alt modes, then you're in for a treat, especially with companies like Threezero bringing us the great stuff with their MDLX line that features non-transforming Transformers figures that are G1 inspired with a modern take. I've been looking forward to this release and finally having it in hand. I'm just so hyped, and I'm really pleased. The box is solid. If you can't tell already, I'm a big fan of the black and red color scheme. I mean, if you go by the CB Articulates logo, you should be able to tell. Let's take a very quick look at the box. The box is a very nice presentation. Here at the back, we do see a lot of, not a lot, we do see 3 different promo shots. Photoshopped images of the product itself, elevated to give it the dramatic effect, make you hyped up for what's inside, the contents and whatnot. But what I'm trying to say is that they don't really take away from what's inside the box, the figure itself, because it is good, it is great in its own right. And without further ado, let's unpack this guy and see what he offers to the table. Okay, here's a figure and the accessories that he comes with, and we do get this warranty sheet from Threezero. Should you experience some defects on your figure, then you can just fill this out and mail this to them, I guess, or maybe you can just email. You can just email attaching, pictures of the defect and whatever. Plus, we also have this instruction manual. It's pretty straightforward, front and back. I like it. If I run into any trouble attaching any of the accessories, then at least I have this to refer to. Okay, here are the accessories. First off, we have the shoulder cannon, or shoulder blaster, or cannon, yeah, whatever. Nice details, nice molded details, and I love the painting on this. We have the scope, and as you can see, there is lens, a translucent piece inserted in that scope to give it like a realistic effect. So that's pretty cool. I love that. That's a nice touch. Then we have his handgun, or his laser blaster. Same color application, and I think this is darker, a little darker. No, I think that's just lighting. Yeah, let's just call it that. Pretty consistent silver paint application across all these weapon attachments. We got 2 pistons, A and B. Feel free to install these left and right, or whatever. Then we got 2 weapon holding hands. That's nice. I hope my nails are not dirty right now. Then we have 2 open style pose hands, because Sideswipe is a stylish dude. I assume he's a dude. Transformers are supposed to be, I guess, asexual, but we kind of have an instinctive determination as to whether a Cybertronian is male or female. For example, RC is female based on certain features that do stick out in proportions. Same goes for Sideswipe. He looks like a pretty boy, therefore he is male. He's got proportions of a dapper dude. Besides that, RC is pink, he's black and red. So, you catch my drift. Oh wait, I thought those were fisted hands, but turns out they're not. They're slightly open, as you can see. Yeah, in total, 3 pairs of hands. Not gonna complain about that. That's good enough for me. I would say I could have thrown in some blast effects, but never has Threezero ever provided blast effects for the MDLX figure, so I guess that was to be expected. I'd give it a 4 out of 5. Nothing much I can ask for. I'm kind of a busy dude, and I don't really have a lot of time playing with my figures, but there are times when I would be taking photos of them, just when I'm feeling creative, and kind of want to break the monotony of my life, escape from the tedium and whatnot. But yeah, this is a good batch of accessories, so 4 out of 5. Okay, now let's focus on the aesthetics of the figure, and I gotta say, first impressions, he looks really good. I love the proportions. I love how his shoulders flare out just like so. It gives him a very menacing look. The way that his legs from the thighs going down, it just widens up and it gives it a very formidable look. Overall, yeah, these proportions are on point. I love it. And obviously the black and the red are the standout colors here, but besides that, we do have a variation of grays right here. There's a lighter gray here on the legs and the arms and the ab section, but we do have these gunmetal grays right here on the elbows and on the knees. Plus, we have silvers right here on these exhaust pipes. Plus, I think same here on the pistons, on his shins, and these arrow thingies on his knees. And nice details here on the feet as well. I hope I'm not butchering this with my lighting setup. There you go. I mean, the way it transitions from red to black and then gray and then darker gray, it just looks so good. And I think we have a different gray right here under his head or below his neck. The same color here on the neck, same gray, gunmetal gray here on the neck, and this assembly around his collar. So that looks really good. It looks really good. Man, I just love this. This is probably one of I think that so far this is my favorite of the MDLX figures. I do have the basic releases. I think I do have Nemesis Prime as well, but I didn't really go so crazy as to collecting the different variants because, you know, money. But yeah, sorry about that. You know, here at the back, we have his windshield for his vehicle mode. I just really love how they built this figure to make it look as if the parts spread across the body make him look like he really transforms, because I mean, these are functional to some degree. Like I think these are these the doors for his vehicle mode, I guess. See how they rotate? That looks really good, and it helps accommodate certain articulation points whenever you want to pose him around and whatnot. And these wheels, this has been the trend with MDLX figures. Like with Bumblebee, you do get the wheels and they do rotate as well, so that looks really good. Oh yeah, silver here on the rims as well, so that's nice. It just can help, you know, gush about this figure because it looks really good. The colorway speaks to me, and before anything else, I mean, look at his head. Okay, let's just do it this way. Look at his head, right? He looks stoic. He's got this stoic expression, but at the same time, he looks sneaky. Like, as a combination, you would think that this guy is so unpredictable that you wouldn't know when he's coming to kick your ass. He's got like the grayish black for a helmet, and these ear muffler thingies are the same color as the neck. His eyes have this kind of blue-gray color applied to them, so that looks really good. So good. And of course, you've got die-cast parts right here. That's what MDLX is known for. That's what they feature. That's their selling point. Die-cast parts spread across the body of the figure to give it a sturdier build, so that the articulation does not loosen up in a very short amount of time. It retains the quality of the figure, the longevity and stuff. So yeah, that's great. And yeah, we do have this kind of spinal column here at the back, so wow, that's just so good. It's just so good. The vents molded very nicely here. Oh wow, it also articulates. I think these are the spoilers. Yeah, aesthetics, it's just perfect. I'm gonna give it a 5. Nothing more. I don't know any way to make this figure look better than it is, so perfect 5. Okay, now let's focus on the articulation segment of this review. And so far, I'm just really impressed by this figure. It has a very nice form. And I love the colors. The build quality is just impeccable. If you're into, like I said, non-transforming Transformers figures, and you're a big fan of Sideswipe, this is everything that you could ever ask for. Before anything else, I just gotta say that when it comes to MDLX figures, there's always more to it than meets the eye in terms of the articulation scheme, and we'll learn more about that. And that's also the case with this figure. So far, that has been the trend with these MDLX figures. Okay, starting off with the head. The neck tends to pop off easily, so do be careful with that. It's not really a big deal. I guess you just gotta be more cautious in handling that. Forward and backward movement with that neck setup, so that's great. We do have a joint here at the top of the neck that does afford some movement, or that helps accommodate the extra range for the neck and head articulation, side to side. And you can look down that far without popping out the head. That's good. And you can look up that far, so awesome range. Looking down, looking up, diagonal movement for nuanced posing, so good. For the arms, it can go out that far, and this is what I'm talking about. See, that joint right there just gives his arms extra range going out. Wow, that is an insane amount of articulation for the arms alone. Then we have this rotation right here on the connection itself. Those are die-cast parts, so they feel really sturdy. They're nice to handle. They don't feel like they're gonna break anytime soon. They're probably not, because they're die-cast material. And then we do have this bicep swivel. Looks good, functions properly. That goes 360 if you want, but you don't need to do that. Then get a double jointed elbow with the best range for a robot. It looks good because he's a robot, of course. He gets away with a lot of things. A lot of weirdness. I mean, a lot of weirdness would pass as normal for Transformers because they're robots. They're Cybertronian. They're alien tech. Here's him doing a punchy pose. Arms can rotate 360, no problem. Good range for the arms. His hands, well, it goes wherever you want, although it's a little hindered by how short this ball peg is. So, I mean, that's good enough for me. This piece right here does rotate, so it doesn't get in the way of things when you're articulating the figure. Do we have a waist rotation? I don't really think so. I don't want to force it. And I'm not sure if there's a cut right there on the hip. Ah, there is. Okay. Just requires a bit of breaking in, and it doesn't take much to break it in, so that's good. That's good. That's a nice hip rotation, so cool. Okay, that's a great ab crunch. Can he crunch back? Not by a lot, but I don't really see myself putting him in a pose where he's bent backwards to a crazy extent, so not a big problem for me. Then he's got this side-to-side movement on the upper torso. Wow! And just when I thought that was it, there's more to it, apparently. More than meets the eye. Transformers through and through. Yeah, we can move these skirt pieces a little bit so they don't get in the way of the leg movement. And should they pop off, you can just put them back on once you've already positioned his legs the way you want to, the way you intend to. So, yeah, I'm not gonna demonstrate it. You get what I'm saying. That's how far his legs go out. So full-on splits, way more than just full-on splits. Crazy range going out. Awesome. And then the front skirt pieces can also move up, so that accommodates extended range kicking forward. Nice. Okay. Oh no, everything is falling apart. And then where was I? I had to put the pieces back together because I just want to experience his articulation with everything intact. So okay, Kicking forward, like I said, the skirt piece at the front can move up. So yeah, crazy range kicking up. Nice. Then going back, just as good. And then we got, we have this, wow, double jointed knees. See, that's the first articulation point, and then here at the top, you can also fold it back. My phone ran out of battery, so I had to pause recording for a good 10 minutes there. Where was I? Yeah, we have this thigh cut right here. Well, it's not a thigh cut, it's a thigh swivel. Yeah, I guess it's a thigh cut, yeah. More die-cast parts right here. Most of the die-cast parts, of course, here on the joints to offer sturdiness and stability so they don't loosen up, like I said earlier. And this is also an articulation point or a gimmick. Unfortunately, we don't have separate pieces here that move out to accommodate like a proper ankle rocker. We only have this the spoiler pieces here at the back kind of move out, and they do rotate just like so. That allows you to kind of push the foot backwards. Well, not really to a significant degree, but it's there. You can just kind of finagle the foot just like that, and there is a bit of a circular motion right here. I guess, yeah, you can kick his foot forward just like that, and we do have a toe articulation. I'm not even gonna knock them down for the limitations here on the feet, because I'm still able to put him in great poses, and I can do enough adjustments on this part of this figure to execute different poses, making him look cool and whatnot. Articulation, I would say, let's just go for 4.5 out of 5. It is great. It is excellent. Only a few minor gripes, such as the skirt pieces popping off so easily. Oh, where's the other one? Oh, there it is. Yeah, these skirt pieces popping off easily, especially here at the back, but not a big deal as long as I can put them back together and they don't break. It's not a problem with me. Yeah. I guess more room for improvement here on the feet, because they're kind of hindered by what surrounds them, like this enclosure right here. But it looks really cool and it functions well. I mean, the articulation functions really well. So great, 4.5 out of 5. By the way, in order to install this shoulder cannon, you just need to remove either of these pieces here on the shoulder. You can do left or right, whichever configuration you want, and you just gotta attach that peg right there into the hole, into that slot. So there you go, super easy and super functional. It goes up and down just like that, and as you can see, I equipped him with his blaster, so he is fully stacked right now. Well, could do one more, one of the pistons, remove the hand and just do that. Okay, it's pretty sick. Let's put him in a quick action pose. Oh no, looking pretty cool. Super easy to put him in this position because of how effective the articulation is. It's not over-engineered. If anything, it is brilliant. No complaints, except for these skirt pieces. Really, they just pop off so easily, and I'm starting to find them annoying a little, but not to an overbearing degree. I would say you just got to be extra patient and be more strategic in handling the joints of the figure so that this doesn't fly away, launch off into the abyss. Oh, by the way, we do have this butterfly setup right here. I think I forgot to mention that. It moves forward and back and up and down. And because of that, you can easily position him in a way that makes him look like he's walking with a sense of purpose, just like that. Wow, so stylish, so cool, legendary, epic greatness. And bam! Plunging into action, Sideswipe. Transformers! Autobots, transform and roll out. Oh no, I totally forgot that I can't transform. Good thing I'm so stylish. Wata! Now for some simple size comparisons. Here's Sideswipe with some Bloki's figures, and right here is his mini-me version. And I gotta say, stylishness is just organic to Sideswipe, because look at his Bloki's version. It looks like, you know, an actual microcosm of him in terms of coolness. Then here's Shockwave, here's Soundwave, Snarl, Nemesis Prime, and Tarn. And here's MDLX Prime, my very first MDLX figure, like from, was it 3 years ago? 2021, I think. And then here's the amazing Yamaguchi Rebel Tech Optimus Prime. I love the stylization across these figures. And let's do one more with YOLO Park, AMK Pro YOLO Park Optimus Prime. And on his left would be Starscream, the Coronation Starscream made by Hasbro. One of my all-time favorite Transformers figures to this day. I do love the transformation aspect of it. I love the proportions, his blockiness, his G1-ness. All these figures are just epic. And I'm just glad that we have a lot of options when it comes to Transformers. If you're into non-transforming figures, there's MDLX and some other third-party companies. If you want transforming figures, then you know there's always the Hasbro ones, and there's a third-party ones like New Age and was it Iron Factory? But although I think New Age is better, but a little pricey. And then we have, I can't remember at the top of my head, it's Magic Square. There you go, Magic Square MS. I think that's a smaller scale line of Transformers figures. Like, is it like Core Class style or maybe a bit taller? I'm not sure. I think they have large sizes and small sizes. And then just for the heck of it, let's do some Batman. Because why not, right? It is still September. Batman Day was just like a week ago, I think. And, you know, there you go. Batman is cool. And to me, I just can't have enough Batmans in my life. And to commemorate the event, I've even started doodling. Copying it from Greg Capullo's art, of course. And then I have another one right here. Both of these are from the New 52 take of Batman, particularly The Court of Owls, my favorite story to date, especially for a modern Batman comic. Scott Snyder is great, and I can't wait for his Absolute Batman to be released in October 9, I think. And here's another one I did like from a few months back. It's Deathstroke. I also copied it from the wallpaper that I set ever since I got my computer. So what are my final thoughts about this release? I think that Threezero once again knocked it out of the park with this MDLX release of Sideswipe. It's everything you could ask for a non-transforming Transformers figure. Of course, it has zero kibble. While that is the case, they ensured that there are parts that make it look as if he does transform. Functional parts such as these attachments on his arms, and the wheels, and the spoilers behind his ankles. Plus, we got a good range of accessories. I mean, there's enough there to make him extra playable, and the details are just crazy. They didn't spare any budget and just went all in to really bring this figure to life. In terms of sculpted details, painting, dry brushing, shading, you name it. It's just so good. The color variations are just awesome. From the blacks to the red to the grays. It is a wonderful treat for G1 purists and audiences who are more into modern Transformer designs, because these are G1 inspired with a modern flavor, modern stylization. So it's more of an evergreen piece, such is the case with the rest of the MDLX figures so far. This is an exceptional value product because I think he retails at around $80, $80 to $85, and I even got him for much less than that. I think around 60 USD in today's conversion because of vouchers. Suffice to say, I really got a good deal for him. And can we just take a moment to appreciate how nicely that Autobot symbol is implemented right there in the middle. Thank you, MDLX, for materializing such an epic product. I really feel like I got my money's worth and some. Yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this review. I had fun fiddling with the figure, and as a final rating, I'll give it a 4.8 out of 5. I can easily look past the minor gripes that I mentioned earlier. The pros outweigh the very few cons. And he is a truly solid addition to my MDLX collection so far. This figure inspires, it sparks joy, it is worth keeping. So I'm gonna keep it for as long as I can. As long as I don't go so broke that I have to sell off my figures in order to survive. And I'm just gonna work my ass off to make sure that doesn't happen. Especially in this tough economy. This is a form of escapism for me, and I'm sure you have yours. And well, if you're watching this video, then that means collecting action figures and collectibles in general is also your jam. So kudos to you, kudos to us, and let's keep this hobby alive and let's keep celebrating it, especially when companies release best value figures. They give us what our money is worth, and let's just keep at it. Bye.